guys, and welcome back to another video. So it has been a while since I posted about this, but we are finally working on the LS1 again. I've actually been working on it but just not filming it because I've been getting pissed off with it. I didn't want to do like another video of it not running. So in that last video I said how it wasn't running properly, so I was dropping it down to the dyno. So I took it down to dyno power, left it with them. They fixed up a few things as like it wasn't charging properly and a few other things. Oil pressure sender they swapped out. But when they had it on the dyno, they had done quite a few pulls already. Most of the actual tune was done. They're just doing a few cleanup pulls, and just as he tickled the limiter, for some reason the timing chain skipped 2 teeth on the cam timing. So the exhaust valves touched the piston and it bent one valve, bent the valve on number 7. So that wasn't ideal. So went over with Carl, went and picked that up and brought it back in, pretty much just straight away, ripped the motor apart, ripped the heads off, assess the situation to see whether we just chuck it in storage for a bit or actually try and fix it. And it wasn't too bad. I ended up getting a Rollmaster double row timing chain for it, so that just won't skip now. I don't even know why the original, it wasn't the original one, it was a Melling one, but it wasn't very old, like it's pretty much brand new. I don't even know, I still can't figure out why that skipped. All I can think is like a faulty chain or a stretched chain or something. I'm not too sure. But then I got it all, finally got it all back together when I got the new valve and everything. And then it's sort of been running a bit funny, like it just doesn't want to idle, it's like it's idle hunting. But just this morning I quickly pulled the idle air control valve apart, cleaned it all up again, checked it was functioning, put it all back in. It seemed to idle a little bit better before, like I didn't even really bring it up to temperature, I literally just cranked it over and it was idling way better. Because I pretty much haven't touched it for 2 weeks, so I was pissed off at it. Try and chuck the back up on the jack, start it up, get it running up to temperature and just load it up a little bit on the handbrake and just see how the motor feels with a little bit of load on it and see if that idling has come right with that idle air control valve. It might be a case of having to maybe change that out. They didn't say they had any issues with that on the dyno, but whether pulling it apart or something might have knocked something, I don't know. So yeah, so I'm just going to get set up now, get it on the jacks and get some temperature into it.
As you guys can probably hear, it's sort of breaking up and not really running that nice, even just under a little bit of load. Down in the lower rev range, it's like horrible. You have to like feather the throttle to get it up and revving. So I ended up leaving it for a couple of weeks after this because I got pissed off, and then one day I just got home on like a Sunday afternoon. I was like, screw it, I'll just take it for a little quick lap around the block and see how it feels under load. start. Whew. There's a couple of times in third there, it had like a bit of a dead spot. So I wonder if it does need to go back on the dyno. Once it's up off that idle, it pulls like a train, except for when I loaded it up, it was quite low in third then, and just like sort of eased into it, it was sort of like, oh, and then just suddenly came on. So I wonder if that's a tune issue. I'm not gonna smell fuel. Man, that feels good. I actually forget how nippy this thing is because it weighs nothing. There's a couple of times there where I actually hooked up, I was like, woo! I'm just not sure about like that. You would have heard it like sort of breaking up and popping and banging, especially on like D-cell. I might ring the tuner. Like now that I've driven it, I can at least explain how it feels. Because he was pretty sure it should be sweet, like with the tune that was on it. But the work I've done having the heads and stuff off. Oh well. Whew! I'm pumped, guys. Holy! Hopefully it sounded alright with that new little setup I tried with the mic on the GoPro. Man. Righty guys, it's now been like a week or two since I took it for that drive. Since then I have checked a few more things, like made sure the fuel pressure was alright and everything. The fuel pressure that was in it was actually running a little bit high, so I thought, oh, maybe it's over fueling. I borrowed Joel's fuel pressure rig, chucked that in, made sure that was set to the factory LS setting, and it didn't change anything, it still ran exactly the same. I haven't got around to ringing the tuner yet. That's next on my to-do list, just to explain to him what it's doing and some ideas. Like, I'm no mechanic, I just winging it and try and figure it out. But I am stoked as about taking it for a drive, so there's at least like progress in the right direction. Unfortunately, there's not going to be that much time left to actually be taking it for drives and stuff, or at least for a little while anyway. But I'm probably going to do another video straight after this one explaining the plans and stuff for the future, because we've got some pretty exciting adventures coming up, and hoping to try and put way more time and effort into the documenting it and stuff, and making the videos and doing more of the media stuff that I actually sort of want to do, instead of always getting sucked into the engineering work, because I'm a sucker for not saying no to that sort of work. So, but I mean, it's just adult life, isn't it? You got mortgages to pay. But, and fingers crossed we will actually have some skids soon. I'm going to put a reminder on my phone to ring the tuner tomorrow so that I don't forget, because I sort of just keep forgetting, and then before I know it, it's like 5:30 and then everywhere's closed, and I don't want to be one of those wankers ringing and annoying them on the evening time. So at least we're ending this one on a bit of a positive. It is driving, not just another broken video of the E30. But so cheers for checking out this video, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.